Welcome to the Debated podcast. Coming up on the show is South African actor, entertainer, and entrepreneur, Maps.
I've been trying to get into the industry, and up until they called me and they said, "Hi, this is Maps. Congratulations, you made it to you know." And little did I know that when I then went and had the meeting with the entire cast before we started shooting, the producers were like, "Okay, I'm sure you guys are wondering who's gonna play which character here," and the producer says, "So character number 1, Police, is gonna be played by you, Maps."
Welcome to the Debated podcast.
How about what's happening?
No, it's not funny. It's actually not funny, guys. So today, on my way here, this other guy that decided that he's going to stop in the middle of the freeway.
What?
Mid traffic. I was so mad. I was like, "What do you mean?" I looked at God and I was like, "God, not today. Like, not today. I've got something to shoot. Like, not today."
I can relate with
That
those days.
that guy parked the car. Why you parked the car there?
Why you parked the car in the highway?
What are you doing? No, what makes you even know?
But you're in the motorway and the pat's in the middle of the road.
In the middle.
That's
And then you know
mad.
what else?
That's mad.
Dead
That's
stop, bro. And then he came out with a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels.
Ain't no way.
Jack Daniels.
Are you kidding?
He was so drunk, guys. He was so drunk. In my head, I'm thinking, I need to get to the podcast.
Was he alone in the car? Like, was
Not
he
even alone. You know when you're driving and you think, maybe the passenger's there. I'm
like?
that guy stepped out of the car. He was also trying.
So basically they were Jack and Daniel.
Yes. Together. They were a team. No, but it's not funny now. It's actually not funny, guys. I was actually mad. No, I was mad.
Shall we start? Shall we just start?
I was so mad, yo.
Oh man, welcome to Debated. Debate is a brand new podcast on Vulvix TV where we talk about every and anything. Actually, we don't even talk, we just debate.
That's true. And you forgot a little
What?
something. Sometimes we've got a special guest on the show.
Oh, special.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but guys, I mean, don't forget that we're special too.
That's true. That's
What do you
true.
mean?
That's true. We're special guys. We're special guys.
If you are special, then that means you're gonna pick the first topic from the debated box, right? So it's issue. What's your thing?
Let's go.
Come on, this is my special moment right here.
Here we go.
Ooh, Scomota's charm, looks, or money. Exploring the reasons behind Scomota's success with the women. Is it his looks or his
I don't
finances?
understand why Scomotta is even trending. Like,
Guys,
Scomotta?
like,
Scomotta is the guy that wants 3 million from Betway. I don't want to say what his looks, but yeah.
Well, so the guy's a winner, basically.
He's
So
a winner.
It's a winner.
Exactly.
You guys are hating on a winner.
nah, it's just a lucky guy.
Yeah.
But
It's just a
a
lucky
lucky
guy.
guy's a winner.
And it's lucky
I mean,
everywhere with
guys-
the ladies as well.
I'm saying it. So you guys are hating on someone's lucky every
That is not the reason why.
That is not the reason why.
Right.
That's why we said, is it looks or is it the money? It's money, bro. It's literally the money.
No, but women don't care about looks sometimes.
That's true.
As long as you bring the racks.
They got your back.
Damn it. Fuck up. Got your back.
Look. At the end of the day, it's mad. At the end of the day, Komota, whatever his name is, yeah.
Komota.
The fact that this guy won, yeah, it shows that this guy is a winner. And the fact that he's a winner means he's been winning before he won.
No.
So you guys,
No.
you guys were checking for Komota's pass beforehand. Did you know how impressed the women were about Komota beforehand?
I mean, I heard
No,
that he dances. I heard that he dances, right?
No woman is impressed
So he's a
about
good
him.
dancer.
He's a dancer, right?
I'm not like him
He's not a good dancer, guy.
I
Come
can't dance,
on.
and I have 3 left feet, and I literally only have 2 feet. But when I dance, I have 3. And when he dances,
No.
some was a thing that's going on there.
Let's go for Scomotta.
No.
On a serious note, guys, on a serious note, are you saying to me that, because I'm old school, I'm all about love, so I'm all about, like, I respect our ancestors. Like back in the day when you were in the village, you meet a girl that you like, you say, look, let's let's go to the park and get some chickens, in the bush.
Chickens.
Must
get some chickens.
Let's get some chickens, please.
I'm joking. What I'm saying is, I'm just saying the real point I'm trying to make is love. Like, I think love matters. Like, if you meet a girl that is willing to work on your level, so you both are not actually there yet, and she's like, you know what, I will graft with you. We're gonna work together. We're gonna make it together. That to me is better than saying to me that the person's got to have money. Because you know what? This person can have all the money in the world and don't treat you right.
But wait, it's Africa.
Wait, I think everywhere.
Not in this
It should be like that, Jordan. The problem is, and I really feel, I'm sorry, I feel sorry for my brothers. But that's not how it is in 2023.
That's not how it is
Especially in South
everywhere.
Africa.
Everywhere.
So the thing is, it comes down to materialistic people. So if you marry just for materials, if you lose it all, like Job, right, you lose everything. What are you gonna do if you lose everything? What are you gonna do? So the woman's gonna leave you because you ain't got money.
But then again, guys,
The topic goes back to the fact that if Skomota had to lose all his money, he goes back to a regular.
I was about to say exactly that. I mean, if you don't have anything and you don't have anything to lose,
and you don't
then
look good. No.
do you think you're still gonna keep that love though?
I hear you guys, right? But I think
Be looking good, because looking good is a factor, guys.
it is.
It is such a factor. If you look good and you have money, that's a bonus. Oh, that's the cherry on top. If you look good and you're ugly and not ugly, no, it's ugly, sorry God. But if you look
No
good,
one's ugly. That's
no,
the
it's ugly. But you need to see Skomota.
Guys, I would just like to quote some
I
of
wash
our
my hands.
Sorry God.
I wash my hands.
I don't believe in face and all that sort of stuff, because I tell you what, if you were Stevie Wonder and you couldn't see, right, if you're a good person, you're still gonna get something. At the end of the day, we need to live in a world, where people like people for people. That's what I
true. And the thing
That's
is,
what
Eve
I
already said it a few years ago, guys. Love is blind.
Hey, I like
People
that.
like
I
Stevie
like that. I
Wonder.
think that's debated. You know? I think that's debated.
That's
I like that.
debated.
Love is blind. That's debated.
blind.
Love is very blind.
Okay.
But no one loves Skomota. People love him.
No.
I'm going to tell
love
you
is
truthfully.
money.
No, I don't mean love him in the manner of like, if we're family, I'm gonna love you, my family. For friends, I'm gonna love you, my friend. But if I'm meeting you at a club and you look the way you look and you've got racks, oh nigga, buy me a bottle. But after that night, I'll see you another day.
I
That's just the truth of the matter. I'll debate it.
Okay, look,
Exactly.
let's welcome our first guest on the show. This is a historical first episode of the Debated podcast. He's a South African actor. To most people, he's known for the hit series Uzalo. I hope I mentioned it, but I pronounced it right. Yeah, I hope I pronounced it right. All right, then. He also has prominent roles on The Queen, and he also featured on Isi Baya. Right? See, I'm doing well there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Namaps on the show. Namaps. Namaps, it's good to have you here. Right? What we normally do, because obviously when you're in the Debated, we can go straight in or we can offer you a drink. But I think we're in Africa. Right? If we're in the UK will say cups of tea and a biscuit. You know what I mean? But we're in South Africa, so it's too hot. Do you want some wine? Do you want what you want? What?
Nice and cold.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Wine or something. Wine's good. Yeah.
You gotta say champagne?
We do champagne. Yeah. I think we do champagne later as well. Yeah. No worries at all. All right. So we're gonna start by showing you the magic debated box. So you pick one topic, and we're gonna talk about the topic. Let's go ahead.
I have to close my eyes.
There you go.
Ooh.
Whoa. So you're gonna read that topic, and we're gonna take it from there.
Okay. All right. It says decoding men. Reading between the lines. Investigating the stereotype of men who struggle to read between the lines. Is this a communication issue or a societal expectation? Delve into the complexities of understanding subtle cues.
Enjoy.
That's a deep one.
Okay.
It's a deep one. I think the heat is on. Well, I mean, I would say when I would say decoding men and women sometimes, I would say, look, people say things and also people's actions might be different, right? And I think in life, you have to learn everything, right? You can't just, say, because, for example, I could say to you, name apps, can I have the pen, please? And I could say, name apps, good to meet you. Would you mind giving me the pen, please? In one of them, I asked the same thing, right? And I said, please, on both of them. And in one of them, it sounded a bit rude. In the other one, sounded a bit, you just know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
take it in relationships, or people might be watching, trying to get into relationships. Sometimes a girl could say to you, look, I'm busy on Monday. And then the guy says, what about Tuesday? And she says, I've got a dental appointment on Tuesday. And the guy says, what about Wednesday?
Yeah.
The whole calendar.
The girl says, I've got a headache on Wednesday. At this point, the guy should be saying, how do you know you're going to have a headache on Wednesday? But the guy doesn't. The guy is like, assistance.
He's not reading
policy.
the lines.
There you go.
Yeah, true.
What do you
What
say
are the
about
lines? What do you have to say about it?
That's actually very interesting, actually. That's actually very interesting.
What are the lines?
That's the line.
And I say this because I've experienced that whereby you'd be trying to link up with someone, right? And she says, okay, on this day she's busy, all right? And then on the second day she's busy. So it's very easy to think that I got food. Like she doesn't want you, But then you find that I then discovered that on her side, she's genuinely busy.
She's genuinely busy. Exactly. I'm the only girl, so I want to speak on behalf of my girl.
Yeah.
There's so much testosterone in the room.
Yes.
Personally, for me, and I don't know whether other women out there feel the same way, but men do this thing where they don't want to look at things realistically. When you say you're busy, we must be understanding. I get that you're busy. When you're available, please make time. But the moment that we say, okay, I'm busy on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it seems like actually you're doing something snacks.
Okay.
You're busy with something else. You immediately jump to a negative connotation, which is a bad thing.
Okay, I get you 100%. But now we need to think about it in the sense of, right? If I'm in your DMs 3 days straight, right?
Jesus Christ.
Why?
No, but listen, I'm running the risk now of you literally screenshotting and exposing me as this stalker, where I'm just someone who literally was interested in you.
No, that's
And I
where
wanted to
your
meet
mind
you.
is heading to. That's not
No,
how
but that's what
reality
women
is.
are
That's
doing
my
in
point
2020.
exactly.
But see, look. This is how I look at it, right? If someone says they're busy on Monday, they say they're busy on Tuesday, they say they're busy on Wednesday. As you said, I can say, right, maybe they're busy. But the thing is, if a girl doesn't come back to me and go like, right, I'm busy on Wednesday, but what about Friday, right? If she doesn't say that, then that's my cue. Because for me, because I got two sisters, right? And it's called me all my life, right? And my two sisters said, if she's busy on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, she doesn't suggest anything, delete.
That's
Yes.
I just delete the number.
That is true.
And,
That's
and
true.
this is what's happened to me in the past. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm out of the market now. I'm married. In the past, right? When that's happened, right? When a girl said to me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I deleted your number, right? I didn't say nothing else, right? What happened was 2 months afterwards, I get the girl call me or text me just out of the blue, and just like, but why didn't you call me?
But
So
you
then I'm
see,
like, well,
You're like,
you,
but really?
but you,
but you
you
see
said
what
you're
I mean?
busy.
Can I say that you don't
But no,
matter?
you know why? Because she said, then she would say, oh, then we'll be friends. And I would say, just be real with me. You know what she would say? She would say, nobody hasn't chased. I like guys that don't chase me. That's what they said. I like guys that don't chase me.
Yeah.
The more you don't chase me, I had to call you back to find out why you like why you not like the other guys.
But
Because normally,
can you not see the points in that? You're still responding even after 2 months.
no, I'm just picking up my phone. I didn't even know.
No.
I'm responding, but now I have
My
leverage.
number was
No, guys,
That is
but
perfectly okay, but you're still trying to find reason as to, and even if a girl had to say to you, I'm so sorry that I haven't been communicating with you, so what has been going on, whatever. Men are typical men. I wanted you, but since you want to give me a...
no, but I mean,
You know yourselves, guys. That's not
no, but wait,
That's not like you guys don't know yourselves.
I agree.
Yeah, I think so what I can say is that reading between the lines is quite tricky.
thank
But
you.
but
That's true.
yeah, because your type of your reception or maybe how you read something might differ from the way I read it.
It'll always differ.
It'll always differ,
Yeah.
and I think that's where we need to find some form of balance, whether it's communication, like
Yeah.
I think to express it, because unfortunately, experience is a teacher that we have,
I mean,
and if
no, please, just to chip in there. I mean, speaking about experiences,
Yeah.
I mean, on Valentine's Day, it's like, is there any gift that you want? Is there anything that you? No, I'm okay. I'm okay. No, we can just relax. And then Valentine's Day
Come the
comes.
day.
What she said that no, it's okay.
Yeah.
And then you actually don't get anything, and you actually don't plan anything, and then she's the angry one for telling me
Yes.
that I shouldn't plan anything.
That's
So
true.
am I
Yeah.
supposed to read in between the lines that
Yeah.
she actually does want a gift when she doesn't want flowers?
Okay,
And she
I would
told
just
me-
like to say, right, I get you 100% right, but I would just like to say, Keenan said it, R.I.P. to you, my man. But then Keenan said it the best. These girls don't want no teddies on Valentine's Day, bro. They want blessings. He said it on a song. They want money. They want a nice life.
They want nice
It's
tins,
not
man.
about-
They want nice
tins, man.
Can I just state like a final point from
Yeah.
my side? As women, I'm going to be truthfully and I'm a hand on the Bible. We do like playing around. We do. Our communication isn't necessarily direct, and that's because I want you to.
Figure it out.
Yes, like you. If you mention to me that, yo, babe, actually, like there's this other game that I want, and you keep on bringing it up and keep on, I'm reading in between the lines. Clearly, he wants this game. Let me get him the game. If on Valentine's Day you say to me, babe, what do you want? It's Valentine's Day. You're not supposed to ask me what I want. But if I keep on speaking about things and you're not realizing that I keep on speaking about things within our conversations that we have in relationships, like any other relationship would have, like me bringing up the fact that there's flowers that I saw in Woolworths and they're so beautiful. And every 2 weeks I'm bringing it up, and on Valentine's Day you're gonna ask me what I want.
No.
No, guys. There's
Well,
something.
there's a point. There's a point to
That's
that.
quite
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
Listen, men
That's true.
don't listen. You want to be spoon fed. You can't be spoon fed with everything.
Mm.
The point is that I'm telling you indirectly sometimes, and that is wrong, yes. But I'm telling you that I'd love to have this. I would love to have that. But I'm not going to tell you directly because I'm not going to tell you how to be a man towards me. Be a man.
Okay, I hear you, right?
Mm.
I hear you, little. I wouldn't.
You
I
guys
really
been
hear
silent.
you.
Girls, we won.
No,
There's no win, yeah.
I do get you, right?
Yeah.
But now, why? Why can't you just say? Because now imagine I'm a man, right? I'm a gen. Now I have to fight a physical battle, I have to fight a spiritual battle, and I have to fight a
Jesus.
romantic battle that I'm not even aware
Just for a
of.
present.
Just for a prison.
Mm.
Why?
That's what you go through to buy a present.
Exactly. Why? Why do I have to go through all of that?
Say the thing, and that's why it goes back to what I mentioned about as much as we're different, right?
Mm.
But we need to find a way to communicate.
That's true.
Yes.
And yes, I get you. If you're a lady that if you've been with a man that was very extra hands on or was like did the most, the next guy that you meet, you find that you like him and he's a cool guy, but you find that he can do those things, but maybe he would like to hear it from you. But now because you're used to your previous experience, you're coming in with those expectations, but this is somebody new.
That's profound.
That's true.
That's
it.
I think
Yeah.
that's
No, I agree with you. And just to add to what you're saying is that we have to come off this stereotypical thing where we say, this is how I am, right? And this is better.
Mm.
Some people don't know how to communicate. And I think you said something that's so poignant, so deep what you said. You said, guys want to be spoon-fed. But I love my mom to bits, but my mom taught me how to communicate. A lot of mothers are the reasons why guys are spoon-fed, because they literally spoon-feed, especially if you see a lot of houses where there's single mothers, right? They spoon-fed their sons, and the sons end up not being able to read between the lines and do a lot of things. And the communication is not there. And it's just because, and even the house where you have the mother and the father, the boy falls down, say for example falls down, the mother's like, oh my God, what's going on?
Mother's like,
And the
"Just
father
get
is like,
up,
just
man."
get up.
He's a boy. He's
Yeah.
a boy. Shalom, bro. Shalom.
And you might think
Yeah.
you might think that's harsh because the world is harsh.
That's
You know what I mean?
true.
So I think what is needed, I think there's a lot of bad communication that we're not taught. And this goes into from childhood to teenage to everything. And then
That's true.
relationships become, bad because we don't learn communication. So I think
Yeah.
communication is something that we need to learn.
Absolutely.
I think
I
it's
think
going to be
that's the
something we
thing.
need to learn. If you're going to go
Yeah.
into a relationship,
Absolutely.
this subtle communication thing, this reading between the lines, this like psychic you should have known thing, it should never be. It should be
Yeah,
like
that's so
communicate what you want. You're gonna get what you
That's
want.
true.
And I
Exactly.
think that
I've
should be
learned
the
a
thing.
lot of habits as well because
Yeah.
a lot of people go into relationships with habits from a previous relationship.
That's true.
And learn that before. I always say that people that hop from relationships to relationships scare me because when do you have time for yourself? When do you introspect and say,
Wow.
oh, okay,
That's
I
it.
was wrong with A, B, C,
Yeah.
D, and E, and maybe when I step
That's
into
true.
the next relationship, this is what I should do.
Mm.
That's
People
very
don't
true.
do that.
Mm.
People just decide, oh, you left me?
Yeah.
Another one.
Especially in this generation.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell you what.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sorry to call you Nessa, but I bring that on Beyonce. Once you come up with that song, you must not know about me. I could find another one
In a minute.
I get that.
In
I
a
get
minute.
that.
Yeah.
It's debated. It's
It
debated.
is.
I think you got the final word on that, to be fair.
It's
right?
debated, guys.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we're ready for the next topic, right? Douglas, it's your turn, mate. I think you don't have to save the box. I mean, so what? You can keep it. You can you can put it in there. What's it so?
Okay.
Yes.
Film industry. Craft. Opening up a debate on the casting choices in the film industry. Why are influencers often preferred over trained actors? Is fame prioritized over craft of acting?
Ooh, Nate.
Yeah, I think. Hey. Let's throw it to Nate.
Hey guys, why? So what I can say?
Yeah, let's. I think.
Oh yeah, we can for sure. Yeah. So it's quite sad how the times have evolved with regards to that because it shouldn't be like that. The craft is a craft and it needs to be honored. Yeah, boy. Whoa. Good. Damn. Okay.
But it's fine. Maybe you needed that. Maybe you needed that.
It is cool though.
It is cool.
Can I say something? When he said the time has evolved, yeah?
That's it.
It didn't mean
It didn't even-
Again,
You know what?
in certain cultures, that's a sign of good luck.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
that's
listen.
People push champagne, and that's a sign of
Listen.
good luck. I'm involved too. I'm fully involved.
I think that's definitely one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
The pop.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
You know? So I received those blessings.
Exactly. Return them to you.
I
Return
received
them
them.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. That's what
Yeah.
she was saying, yes.
Yeah, so I was still saying, so it shouldn't be like that because storytelling and the film industry, it's a very delicate, sensitive, intricate environment, whether it's an industry or sector, whatever you call it, and it's also quite deep,
Mm.
you know, and spiritual. So
Thank you.
so it shouldn't the sad okay. So what then happens is we're living in a time whereby there's so-called influencers or more people are starting to get stardom in their own sectors, be it social media or online, you know. And now production companies are realizing that, so that individual is doing really well online or on TikTok. And maybe if we bring that person on board, it'll boost our numbers, you know. So then there's that type of angle, but I think it's that type of aspect needs to be done it needs to be well thought out because it becomes a problem whereby an influencer got famous, maybe she's good with her cosmetics,
Yeah.
or the guy is good with maybe pranking people,
Mhm.
and then you bring them on a show and you give them a character that needs a lot of research and a character, maybe we want that person to play a doctor.
Exactly.
And now we don't even audition that person, but you just give that person that role because you're like, no, that person has the numbers.
Thank you.
Then that becomes a problem because then we start killing the
The
craft.
craft is gone.
It's gone
I feel
because
like
now,
it's gone.
yeah, because now I come on set as an actor, right? I've done my work, I've prepped for my scenes,
Exactly.
and I know my storyline and all of that. Thank you, man. Can we cheers to that?
Go. All right.
Cheers to
Cheers.
so in Swahili, when you say maisha marefu means it's a long life.
Masha Marefu.
Maisha marefu.
Masha Marefu.
Maisha marefu.
Well, I just learned something new.
Masha
Yeah.
Marefu. Right.
No, what you
So-
said, it's very powerful.
It is.
It's very powerful.
No,
The
I-
preparation.
Yeah, because now I come to set now. I'm prepped, right? And I know my story. And then you come on set, you don't even know what it means to get into character. You think acting is just about
What's coming up?
cramming,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the lines.
Yeah.
you know, because even in knowing your lines, there's depth to that.
Yes.
But now you think, no, acting, you must just know like cram the lines. And you're thinking, okay, does this person even know the backstory of
The character.
why are we actually having this scene?
Yes.
And then you're gonna come with your tendencies of what you're known for, but it's not relevant to the character that you've been given, or even to the story. And then it decreases or depreciates the work.
That's so true, and that's what's happening in most of the industries. There's a lot of things that are also going on Netflix. I've seen so many TikTokers on Netflix, and I feel like they're mainly being used because they know that TikTokers can market that for them. Also, there's a lot of I'm so sorry to say this to production companies, but there's a lot of production companies that have become lazy within marketing. So they'd rather go the easy way, which is to get somebody who's well known, put them in the film, and the film will go a little bit bigger, and then they go it with. But what's sad is that the film doesn't even chart anymore. It just
Yes.
speak for those 2 days, number one on Netflix. In 2 days, it's gone.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing you said, Nate, is which I think you were very generous in saying that, because as an actor, you could have just said, I don't want to see that. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. You were actually generous because what you said, and I want people to listen carefully, you actually said that it needs to be done properly. Right? So what I mean by that is that I see both sides of the argument. I see people who study for their craft, and you need to make sure you know how to improvise. You need to make sure you study the back character, etc., etc. And I also see people that are just opportunists, and that's on both sides: the production companies and the influencers themselves. But then you can have the influencer who is just a grafter, right? And they made it from nothing. They came from nothing, like you came from nothing. They become multimillionaires. They created a fan base online. They created something, right?
Yes.
And then you give them a part because they've got that still hunger in you, and they learn how to act. They literally learn the craft because they don't want to disrespect you. They want, and they will tell you when you're interviewed. They will tell you, "Hey, do you know what? I was really scared to be on the same set because I know you know your craft. So I had to study this character." And then when they interview the actors that worked with this person, you're like, no, this person wasn't just one of us walking the park. I give you an example. Good friend of mine's passed away now, DMX. When DMX was acting, DMX is known for rapping, right? So everybody knows DMX music and everything else. But DMX was passionate about everything and about people. He was multi-millionaire in the music industry, but the thing that people didn't understand that he was just very passionate. Some people didn't know how to take it. And so people would give him different opportunities to star in films, etc. And he wouldn't take that lightly. So you would think you give DMX a band. People do that, give rappers opportunities to be in films, and they will just be like, just play the rapper character in the film. But this guy actually will go and study the part. And then he would treat that part like a rap album. And he would come in there and he would deliver. And then people would be like, wow. So I just think those kind of people, that's what we should encourage more. And the reason why I think we should encourage it more is that back in the day, I did look at influencers and I just thought, they just influence. But then I had to take it back, see, and understand that if you come from the 90s, you will see the difference of how things have evolved. There were people in the digital world that used to say, hey, you know what, vinyl will always be, and then vinyl left, and then tapes will always be, and then, you know, digital came, and then Napster came, and then music took over. And I think in the acting world now, and in film and TV world, there is a synergy between people do not go to cinemas no more, right? They're like en masse, like, I don't know, maybe here, but in Europe and in America, you're not seeing that thing where it's like box office takings, like people are going to cinema.
Yeah.
It has like you watch regular TV anymore. People are more on, Vuvix TV, on YouTube.
Exactly.
Places like that, So I think there's got to be a synergy here. One thing you said was very strong, which is like, right, if I'm going to get an influencer on board, I need to remind the influencer that you need to put the work in, right? If
Yeah.
you don't put the work in, you're losing the part, because I'm not letting you come in. And then I also need to tell you why I got you on board in the first place. I'm not going to lie. We shouldn't lie about the transaction.
Yeah.
I'm getting you on board because you have 10 million followers. And when this film comes out, you should be marketing it to your 10 million followers. Because if the film is successful and you did your job and your acting was amazing, it will be great for you too.
Yeah, exactly.
So if they don't get that, then it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And if you actually think about it, because the thing that actually strikes me the most, I'm someone, I love films, right? I love watching film. I love watching like acting in general. I love it. So the thing that is the most sad about it is you can find someone who doesn't know how to act at all. And they can literally act in the same scene as someone like yourself, Namaps, who's seasoned and they know their story. And then just because of the fact that this person is inexperienced, it can make the whole scene itself seem, how can I say, amateurish. Instead of having that mentality of saying that we have someone like Namaps or someone like your Connie Ferguson in the actual scene itself, you understand? So I feel like it brings down the quality of the whole scene when someone can't actually act and do the best. Or do
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. And for example, a good example of doing it strategically, if I know that you are big on the makeup, cosmetics, styling, and I really want to have you on board. As a producer, I'll make sure that if I want to have you on board, I will make sure that the character I give you is basically
Thank you.
or even come in as a cameo as yourself.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of effort that needs to go into a lot of things.
You know what that reminds me
just
of?
being yourself.
Reminds me of Mike Tyson, where obviously Mike Tyson, most of his roles in films have been Mike Tyson. So literally he's just playing himself. So
it's not product placement, it's character placement.
It makes sense. It makes sense. So guys, is that debated? Are we saying that's debated?
So yeah, and I think the most important thing, I think, as in the film industry, is very important for producers to know that there is talent. There's so much talent, and there's a lot of talent that's undiscovered. And it just takes more research and really going in to look for people, because that's how it is. That's how you do it. And not just be excited by social media that, oh, this person's trending, let's get this person. And another problem is that, unfortunately, you also have certain individuals within productions or the people that are auditioning that like certain things. Like, for example, maybe, let's say 2, 4, it's 6 of us. You find that 5 of us have a big say on who gets casted on the film or the show, whatever it is, right? And then one of us is actually like has the eye to see true talent. But maybe you and all of us, we just like, maybe you like someone who's light skinned. You like someone with a fresh cut. I like someone who can dance, right? And maybe you guys like someone who can, has some like sassy. But you find that you're auditioning this person for a character that, and then maybe Tyler can see that, okay, there's something within this person that they have. And you find that because this person that comes in and auditions, we don't get the things we like. But you find that person is a good actor and they're brilliant. And Kabel is the only one that can see. And then, but because we have the final say, we then be like, when they're done, we're like, he was whack, we don't like him. But that person is actually a good actor. So that's another problem. So the people that are auditioning people need to be people that are true to the craft and understand why we're doing this. And don't just do it because I have a thing for light-skinned girls. Oh, she's dark-skinned. No, I don't like her. But she killed the audition.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying?
I think to reiterate is it's not just the actor and the talent. The casting director could be the problem. Or the casting directors could be the problem, because it's like a problem in the music industry. We have A&Rs that don't actually know music, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Who, as you said, someone could walk in and they make them laugh and they're like, I want to be on set. This guy makes me laugh. And then they can't act, or they can act, but they're not good for that role.
Yes.
So the thing is,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying is right. You need casting directors, and a good casting director is not thinking about him or herself. It's
Yes.
about the idiots. It's like
And the film, the story itself, the story.
how is it going to connect to the
Yes.
audience? So I think in general, in terms of debate, what we've talked about that's needed is good casting directors. We also need to value influencers that actually take the time to work on the craft. And then when you mentioned something about the actors, people need to discover actors. I think, I don't know whether, if you want to disagree, you can go back in and debate it. I think actors and actresses in this day and age have to do more to make themselves discovered. Because back in the day, it was the mystery. It was like, oh my God, this is like, this is Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro should not be on Instagram. What is on Instagram? That's De Niro, right? De Niro. In these days, Will Smith is on Instagram. Will Smith is on there every single day. We're not talking about entanglement and all that sort of stuff. We're thinking about the fact that he's on there every day.
true.
Because you might think nobody forgets about Will Smith. Look at Eddie Murphy, for example. Eddie Murphy was doing an interview recently, and this is 4 years ago. And they said, Eddie Murphy, where have you been? Like you are a legend. Like, everybody respects Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy said, I've been chilling, but I decided to come back on everything because they said, why? You need the money. He goes, because nobody was calling me. And that's so strong because you're thinking it's Eddie Murphy. He's rejecting things. His agents are not getting no calls. I said, why? Everyone's forgotten. You're like, I watch Coming to America. I'm not watching Coming to America like 50, 60, 70 times. I'm not
Me too.
Wesley Snipes.
Oh
On
man.
the new Coming to America, I looked at Wesley Snipes. I'm like, oh my God, do you remember Wesley Snipes?
Damn.
Wesley Snipes is one of the best actors ever, but he was forgotten.
I think that happens a lot with our South African legends, eh?
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Same thing.
No one is supposed to last forever. No one is supposed to last forever.
In the industry.
Your time happens. If you bounce back, shout out. Well done.
No, but I
I
can't agree with that.
But what?
I think it's just a
What?
matter of staying relevant.
That's why I don't believe that. I think your words cast spells. I think you have to be careful with saying you have a timeline. Because your Morgan Freeman is Morgan Freeman because he refused to have a timeline.
Exactly.
Your Denzel Washington's refused. You have to literally say to yourself, like, you know what? I don't care if I'm 50 years old. I will meet Jay-Z. I will still rap. I will still do an album. Or I will still do... If that's your passion. If acting is your passion. Because acting, to a lot of people don't understand, is a passion. But it's a job too. It's also a job. So no one goes to so no one goes to the medical profession and go like, you know what, this is what pays the bill. I am passionate about being a doctor. I didn't just get up in the morning wanting to just be a doctor. I'm passionate about being a doctor. But I'm 60 years old now. I can't be a doctor anymore. What do you mean? Like, you're 60 years old of experience. Like, you can not just be a doctor. You can train other doctors too, and still become the best doctor, award-winning doctor. So I think this thing where acting, and you said something really, really, really special. If you want the influencers to be part of it, create a role for them that is connected to what they do. So if you have an older actor, right, that you know is amazing, and you're doing a film, right? Yeah. Why don't you just create a role for them? Like, it's not difficult.
That's exactly. Absolutely.
Absolutely. What did Wesley Snipes? They created a role for Wesley Snipes. And there's a lot of big-time actors, like older actors, you create a role for them, and they come down and clean up. And you're like, yeah, that's what? You know?
No. Of course. You know? I think, for example, there's this notion whereby the legends, I don't know if I should start from the angle of, I don't want to say the legends don't want to audition, but or how can I put it? But let me, okay, here's what I want to say. As a production company or someone who wants to tell a story or create a movie or a new TV show, if I know that Denzel Washington is brilliant, in a way, I can understand where they come from with regards to how it's hard for them to now audition because there's so much work that they've done that we can just analyze and see, okay, this person's brilliant. I think it really needs the person who's creating the movie to, like you said, create a role knowing that I know that Denzel Washington is going to kill it, but let me create them. I want to see them in a different light and say, so how are you? This is a character I have for you. I'd like to see you in this light. Would you be okay with coming in so I can see you? You know, instead of making it an open audition as if you don't know that
That's
person.
respect.
Oh, that's also
That's a very respectful way.
That's respectful.
Exactly.
Look, on the Wesley Snipes conversation, after the Wesley Snipes featured on Coming to America 2, Wesley Snipes also was not auditioned, but read through the role of Kevin Hart's series on Netflix, right? And he killed it. Look at those two things that he did in a short space of time. But you are right. As a legend, you've seen what they've done. It's the respect, it's the approach. After you've done things after several years, nobody should come to you with an approach like, come on, audition anymore. You're 18 years old. You've been
Stand outside at the queue.
Stand in the
those
queue
queues.
with everyone else.
Those queues. As a legend, guys.
It's not. It's not.
It's just respect. The person is auditioning, you're probably older than them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Making movies way before them.
Yeah.
It's got to be because at the end of the day, why are you doing this for? Like you're doing this because at the end of the day, you've got to a level, you've inspired people.
Yeah.
And the person who's auditioning, you know you, and they've seen the films that you've done. So there's got to be a amount of respect. Like, all right, coach, you know what? Like,
Absolutely.
come and see. If it works, it works. It don't work, it don't. And you know, because you're an OG. So you will read for a part. There's people that read for a part as OGs. They'll read it and just be like, yeah, man, it's not problem. And then we know it didn't really work. And they were really friends. It's not that big a deal.
You want to say something?
Hey, I can see those eyes are chaos. It's like
Now. You can read between the lines.
This conversation just makes me realize that that's why the industry will never grow as big as we want it to. Because we're constantly saying there's legends. I get that. But there's someone out there that is 62, that is a granny, that is a grandfather, that still wants to pursue a career about acting. But you were to say, but there's Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington, that's so many opportunities. Okay.
Okay. Can I just step in? But don't forget what you want to say. The example I gave, I never said that you should go for legends. I'll just give you an example of the audition process.
No, this is just me. I'm not even like relating it to anything that you have said. I'm just saying that when we, I'm just putting the I'm just giving my opinion.
Yeah.
It's debated, guys.
And the reason why I'm saying that and I want you to continue is because I can already hear where you're going and I want you to continue. And the reason why I mentioned it is just to make you aware that I wasn't saying that you must only audition. It was just I was giving an example. But what you say goes back to what we said, that there's so much talent that is undiscovered. But continue.
So for me, it just reverts back to what I was speaking about regarding Wakanda. I don't think that Mama could audition for Wakanda. They probably just said we want a South African woman from South Africa, Asian from South Africa. Give her to us. And the agency said, there you go. That's all they wanted. They wanted a face that South Africa knew they'd be happy to see on screens, that they know for a very prolonged time.
Welcome back to Debated. Apologies for the rather rude interruption. There was load shedding, which is basically a situation in South Africa whereby Eskom decides to switch off the electricity, so we are going to join back Jordan, Namaps, Cabello, Warren, Letso, and Douglas as they fight through the light, but with no electricity means the audio will be similar to whispering. Trust me, it will get better in episode 2 when the team decides to finally download the Eskom app. Downloading the app is the superpower needed to predict when and where Eskom decides to play games with the electricity. So, carry on watching, subscribe to the channel, and mind the audio. Just try to listen more closely and please, blame it on Eskom.
A few moments later.
As you see, when they say, we were rudely interrupted by load shedding. But
Load shedding.
I'll tell you what. So some of you guys can be watching from the UK and the US. They might not know what load shedding is because, but I know NSA is a thing, but this thing is not in the dictionary. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know.
Load shedding. People don't understand what it is, but you know what it is? Is there's an app from a company that starts with an E and ends with an M. I'm not going to mention the company's name. And if you go to that app, they tell you when the light goes off and the light doesn't go. I think that's the most genius thing. But I think what's even better about that app, it's a better thing about that app. It's not about the lights going up because we just lost lights. Right? I'm gonna lie to you. This was like,
Yeah.
it's just go to the app comments
And
area.
exactly.
Go to the area where people are commenting. That's where the comedy is.
And that's lit.
I was about to fry chicken. What's happened? Like, can I eat chicken in peace?
Yeah.
Like I was watching Netflix. I was just relaxed watching Netflix, and boom, it's gone. Why? So
Hey.
literally, if you want drama, right? If you're into film, TV, want drama, go to that app. It starts with an E and ends with an N.
And they will be on the show because he's an actor.
Well, there you go.
Exactly.
There you go. So we were debating beforehand. We were talking about a very important issue, right? And I think you had something to say.
Yes. I was still on the fact that there's so much. The only reason why I feel like the entertainment industry is literally a square and not a circle that feels that allows other people inside is because technically life has become a connection thing. If I know Douglas and I know Douglas is the director for Shaga and Lembe, and he knows that I can see Zulu, and he knows that they need a pretty girl, and he knows that, oh, this kid knows a Mombasa. Why not them? That was a perfect cast. Don't get me wrong. I love her. That was magnificent. But you will not go look for. Well, Shaya Limbe did do it, but I'm speaking about other things that could possibly be happening. Production companies will not go looking for new talent. They will find faces like normal faces that go out and speak Zulu. We know that Aibo Nomzamia Kuluma Mos. We know Usi Uban Mania Kuluma Abdulia Kuluma. You will never see a new face, and you're like, whoa. This girl's hot. You see it 3 times in a year.
So it's talent on
Maximum.
speed dial.
The only nice thing about South Africa is that when you boom, you boom.
Yeah,
People love you. If people don't love you, they don't love you. That's just the truth. There's no in between. There's no, but she's a nice person sometimes. No. If people don't like you, they don't like you. And that's why the industry will forever be boxed in, because now it's based off the fact that, okay, that I know him and he knows her and he knows her. That means I'll get it. No, even though they are auditions. Jordan, this happens in South Africa.
No, but you know what I'm saying? This happens everywhere.
Especially,
You understand? Yeah. Like in America, you see, I don't know if you heard about Harvey Weinstein's story. That was a casting couch story where literally, allegedly, people allegedly. Capital A. People said, and people came out and sued him for, it's not just knowing people, doing things to get parts and things like that. So the reality is that what you're saying is actually remarkable. What you're actually really saying is that there's got to be a new generation of film producers, TV directors, film directors, casting directors, actors, who have a different way of working. That's the traditional. Now, there is in the music industry, and it's starting to become a new generation of people that say, look, right, most of the music that you guys have got here that have gone worldwide is because some people said, you know what, I'm not going to follow this principle. I don't have to do this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to break the mold. I'm going to be the first to do this.
And
I want to
it's
be
so
the
hard
first.
to do that. That's the hardest part.
This is the thing. I think it's a trick that people have said that's the hardest part. So someone once said to me, years ago, and I'm not going to mention his name, he's a very big star now. And this is when he was always going to auditions, not getting the role. Going to auditions, not getting the role. And we had a conversation, and he said to me, look, I'm good. I know I'm good. Why am I not getting the role? What's happening? And I said to him, you want to do film, right? He goes, I said, have you got a story to tell? He goes, I can do films all day. I said, why don't you make a film? He goes, yeah, look, the budget's not there. I said, you got a phone? He goes, yeah. I said, make a film on your phone. And this guy, what he did, I feel like I should say the guy's name, but what the guy did, what he did, he created a series on his phone, right? And this series, because he was from what you would call, maybe here you call a shanty town, but there they would call like the ghetts, like the ghetto. Like he was from a cancerless.
Jordan said shanty town.
I don't know what we call it. All right, cool. So we call it the ghetts, the cancerless, the ghetto, right? So he just basically said, I want to use my mates as actors and actresses and create real series following them about things in this area. And he just posted YouTube every Friday, This thing went viral. It was something called, if you guys want to research it, I'm not going to tell you that there's something story, right? And this thing went viral, right?
It's called what something?
Song history. I don't want. I mean, I will tell you.
Oh.
So this thing went viral. Like literally, it's still on YouTube. You can watch it now on YouTube. It went viral. And this guy now is one of the most respected film directors. He's now like literally he's working with Rock Nation. He's just had loads of films. He's actually doing a film right now with Scorsese. He's doing extremely well. He's actually been interviewed for this show.
What?
He's actually been interviewed for this show in the UK. If you go on my Instagram, you actually see the guy I'm talking about. But this guy has become extremely successful. And the story is called Blue Story. If you go on Instagram, but he's become very successful. And when I look at it and I see that, I really strongly believe that the generation doesn't actually know how much they're capable of doing if they just break that perfectionist mindset. You know, like we just came through load shedding, right? So people will be like, "Oh my God, the lights went off. Oh my God, it's the end of the world." But it's like that's real life, and that's what happens in real life. It doesn't all have to be perfect. Exactly. I don't know about you guys. Do you guys feel like in the debate, should we go back in the box?
No, we should definitely go back.
No, I thought you were going to say no.
Like, no,
Yeah,
the boss.
So next up, I think we got Warren.
Let's get it.
All right.
Let's have a look. Let's see what we got.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
Oh no.
Great. So, Tyler versus Nasty C. Talent or connections?
Right.
Analyzing Tyler's international success.
He said, "I need a drink."
No, I want to hear the.
So we're going to be analyzing Tyler's international success. Was it talent, luck, connections, or combination? We're going to compare her journey with artists like Nasty C and examine the factors that contribute to success in the music industry.
Okay. Before we start, can I just big up Yvette? Right, Yvette's amazing manager, creative agency, amazing manager, right? That's Tyler's manager. Amazing, yeah, amazing what she's done. Like, so like, literally got a big up. And also, can I just say, Tyler, incredible what you've done.
How do you feel
Go
about
ahead.
Tyler?
Cheers to dots.
Yes,
What am I saying?
Yeah. So I think I was about to ask you the reason why I wanted to make a distinction. I wanted to know if it's Tyler ICU or Tyler the.
Which one do you think it is?
No, he mentioned she, so I know that.
Water.
Yeah.
Give us vocals there.
Huh?
So give us vocals there.
I'm kidding. No. Oof. The song is brilliant.
That's why it's a sick song.
What?
I mean, but the thing is the action with the water. It was like I love the song. I love Tyler. When the action in the water came, I thought she was just doing baptism. You know what I mean?
That is a baptism of some sort.
You know what I'm saying?
It is a baptism.
I know it's a big thing I'm trying to get to.
You baptize in your back.
Because you know what I'm saying? When I saw everybody just putting the water. Every time I see people putting water in their head, it's like that time there was a like a water challenge. I didn't do it. I'm like, is this baptism? Is this what's going on here? Apart from that, apart from me thinking it might be a ritual, I'm sure it's not a ritual. I think she's amazing. But when she says "make me swear," make me harder, make me lose my breath, I'm thinking, is she streaming? Is she gonna drown? What's going on? I'm like, maybe. Yeah. No, because losing breath and water is not the thing you want to have.
That's when you realize that people need to listen to lyrics. Yeah. Why do people listen to music? Why do you listen to music? Why do you listen to music? Warren?
I personally listen to lyrics all the way. Like, I'm an
people should have known that this is a naughty song.
Exactly.
This is a very naughty song.
Like,
What's your talking about swimming? No.
Where they are swimming?
Yeah. Where are they swimming?
I mean, my mind's never in the gutter.
Yeah, no, I feel like she deserves whatever it is that's coming her way. She's actually a very hard worker. I think she should all come up and try to actually make out a name out of her song. She now has songs with Travis Scott and Summer Walker.
Yo,
that's big.
Huge.
LA.
And I can imagine what features are coming on her album that she's
Yo.
about to drop.
Yeah.
But now the debate is that is it of connections, talent, or luck? And comparing her to Nasty C,
I think that's
what's
a big
what's
mistake.
going?
Okay, I don't know about the comparison for me,
Yes,
but I
exactly.
can speak about them
Yeah.
according to what I think. First of all, shout out to both of them. Yo, Nasty C, kinda. No. I wanna. It just proves the talent that we have.
Yeah.
You know, it's incredible.
100%.
Yo,
100%.
and I think on that note that you mentioned, I being someone that has also gotten the opportunity to get into the industry, what I'm about to say also ties a little bit with the previous one, but it also I'm building up to what we are talking about. Because I also someone gave me an opportunity because I saw so many people get into the industry, and it took someone with an open mind to have an open audition. So you get closed auditions and you get open auditions. So closed auditions are auditions that are sent to agencies, acting agencies. Okay, so we have a movie called Water, right? And we're looking for 5 main leads, 3 ladies and 2 guys, and it needs to be the talent that is within these agencies. Whether it's MLA or Gano, those are closed auditions. When you send the audition briefs to acting agencies, and then you get open auditions, is whereby you can send to the closed, or you can just open it up to the masses. And that's what happened with Uzalu and how I got my break. So I remember they held auditions all over the country. The day that I went, I remember going on a Friday, and I remember the auditions were at Baseline in the Newtown. No, yeah. And I got there early. I got there like 8 a.m. I had to hustle some money to and then borrow dad's car because he had to go somewhere, and I begged him. And then I went. I got there at 8. There was so many people. I auditioned at around 3 p.m. I think that's like what, 7 hours later, plus minus. And after auditioning, okay, sharp. Then they said, okay, please come back to the callbacks. But they don't know me. Went for callbacks, and then waited for a few months before I got the call. That's another story.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened is that when I came back for the callback, because it was a Friday. Friday was audition, and then I made it to the callbacks on Sunday. And after auditioning, they say, "Okay, thank you." How? I'm waiting to hear did I make it? Give me something, give me something, some hope or something, or tell me straight up that I didn't make it. They never said anything. And then 2 months later, no. Yeah, 2 months later, I got a call saying, okay, hi, this name apps. You've congratulations, you've been shortlisted to the top 30. Top 30. So we need you to come to workshops / auditions that we're gonna have for an entire week. And I remember at that time, I was preparing for a DVD recording. There's another gospel artist called Dr. Dumi. He was doing his first DVD recording. So I was meant to do that. And then I had to tell him that, my brother,
I'm busy now.
this is where I'm at. He's like, Shanae, you know what? I know that this is something that's also in your alley. It's fine. You get my blessings. We'll continue with the recording. While we'll not get a replacement, Johnny will sing on his own, and you can do your thing. You got our blessings. I was like, thank you so much. And I saw the DVD. There was actually one tenor missing. That was me. But he continued with the DVD. But it became such a great success. Anyway, so then I went to the week of the workshops / re-auditions. After doing that, they then said, okay, guys, I'm sure you guys are wondering what the show's about. Okay, the show's about 2 boys switched at birth. One is the son of a gangster raised by a priest, and the other one the son of a priest raised by a gangster. And the baby that switched at birth in hospital, which is a real life story of what happened. In real life, what happens in our lifetime. So then, after that, they were silent. and they only called me 4 months later. So I waited for 2 months and an additional 4 months before I got the call. 6 months.
6 months.
To tell me that. Yeah. At that time, I'm stressing. I'm like, yo. Thank you, God. You know my heart. I've been trying to get into the industry,
Oh,
and up until they called me and they said, "Hi, this is Maps. Congratulations, you made it too, Zion." You know, and little did I know that when I then went and had the meeting with the entire cast before we started shooting, the producers were like, "Okay, I'm sure you guys are wondering who's gonna play which character." And the producer says, "So character number one, Police, is gonna be played by you, Name Maps, like the main lead."
yes.
I remember when they said that, it felt like I didn't hear it. You know? Yeah, because I didn't hear any. It's like I didn't hear it. I heard, but I didn't hear. And they kept mentioning everyone else's character. And then when they were done, I was like, but they didn't mention mine. But they're like, oh, damn it. They actually did. And it was the first one. Here am I, unknown, undiscovered. I'm given an opportunity, audition, I crack it, I make it, and I'm given the number one main lead of the show that become the biggest show in the country. After 6 months wait. You get what I'm saying? But
Welcome back to Debated. Apologies for the rather rude interruption. There was load shedding, which is basically a situation in South Africa whereby Eskom decides to switch off the electricity, so we are going to join back Jordan, Namaps, Cabello, Warren, Letso, and Douglas as they fight through the light, but with no electricity means the audio will be similar to whispering. Trust me, it will get better in episode 2 when the team decides to finally download the Eskom app. Downloading the app is the superpower needed to predict when and where Eskom decides to play games with the electricity. So, carry on watching, subscribe to the channel, and mind the audio. Just try to listen more closely and please blame it on Eskom.
A few moments later.
Something like that.
yeah.
Do you feel like you had God was working for you and your faith was strong? Because sometimes you have opportunities and a lot of people give up in the wait.
That's very true.
Because it's hard to wait for 6 months for someone to say yes to you.
That's true.
Because in that 6 months you're going through things. You're going through life. Real life's happening.
That's very true.
Because it takes a kind of person to have a strong amount of faith to say, you know what, something is going to happen. And sometimes they call the people crazy until things happen. What's your mindset during that period? Because it connects to the Tyler thing. Because we are talking about Tyler. We're talking about narcissism. People are like, we don't know how long they've waited for this opportunity. You don't know how long they've prayed for this opportunity. And then you forgot, we just see things. People always see the final result. And they're like, yeah, but they don't see. So I want you to kind of like, I know you continue that, I want you to touch on the element, because sometimes like in my life, in the times I was waiting for the opportunity, I was on my knees praying. Like every night, like, God, when? God, when? God, when?
Yeah.
And then when it finally came,
That's true.
And it came at a time that I at least expected it. Like a thief in the night. And I was like, Jesus, God, you're funny.
God has a sense of humor. Big sense of humor.
Like,
The biggest job we can do is talk about your plans.
oh, yeah. 100%. He knows. He knows. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I
knows.
think like 99% of the time, there's nothing that's actually called an overnight success.
True.
Because an overnight success is years or months or weeks, whatever duration of hardships.
True.
And struggle.
True. True.
Up until that moment where people are like, oh my gosh, who's this?
Yeah.
For example, when I got into the industry from that opportunity, people were like, oh my gosh, there's a who's oh, who's this? Okay, how do you even say that? Oh, okay, where's he from? Wow, this guy's lucky. Wow, this guy, yo, he's so lucky. Like, he just got it now, And I'm thinking, people don't know
Yeah.
that it happened almost 5 years later than when I decided to happen. I've been trying to get in.
That's deep. That's
And
deep.
it only, I realized when it happened, then God knew that that's the right time. So, but it was not an overnight success.
Yes.
So going back to your question, there's so much that one has to do within the waiting period. And so many of us lose out on our opportunities or blessings or moments because of that period. Because that period looks like things are not happening. That period looks like there are people that are better than you. That period looks like you don't have what it takes, or things are not gonna happen for you at all.
Yeah.
And just like you're saying, so in that moment, it really needs one to remember your why. Why what am I doing? Why is that I go? Why did I actually have that vision? You know, and your why should be able to carry you. Remember why you're doing it, and your why is tied with that burning desire that you have within. You know, there's so many things that have been invested in our heart and in our lives, and you know when you're not doing what you're supposed to, it chows you. There's so many people that are bitter in life because there's so many things that they want us to do, but because of a lot of things like circumstance or whatever they're going through, but okusalayo, at the end of the day, whatever is in your heart, no matter how busy you are, no matter how hard life may be, you need to find a way to release it or to work on it. Even if it takes a few minutes a day to an hour a day, whatever. So that period, there was a lot of, okay, Konje, God, I've been saying that I'm international. I see myself as an international musician, as an entrepreneur who his desire is to make an impact in my peers' lives and my family's lives and the people that are watching me. And I want people to know that they too can achieve whatever they desire to achieve as long as they believe. So help me to be able to withstand this. And I'll tell you, the initial waiting period seems okay. They're gonna call me tomorrow or next week. That seems bearable, okay?
That's so true.
Come a week, come 2 weeks. 2 weeks becomes 3 weeks. 3 weeks become a month. Now, now you're thinking, oh my gosh, they picked someone else. You know? And it's very easy to be like, just cuss God, or be like, even my people, my ancestors, or people that are praying for me, guys, just stop. It's not gonna happen for me. You know? So it's very easy to lose track. And it needs one. The reason why I said remember your why, it's not easy, but if you hold on to it, you're like, okay, I remember this. I've been praying about this. This is what I want from my life. I know that I may not be getting the answers now, but God or universe, you know my heart, and I believe it's gonna happen. And one needs to exercise speaking into their lives more and more. But it's hard.
It's so hard.
You know, it's like you're exercising faith, because you know faith is basically the substance of things hoped for. So you acting as if you're there, but it hasn't happened. So you look like a fool. So and that applies for anything you want to achieve. So that was happening. I won't lie to you. That first month was hard, and I remember communicating with the other guy who also got onto the show. We were communicating. He's like, dude, have they hit you up? No, they haven't hit me up. They haven't hit you up. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been a month. It's been 2 months. Got to a point where like, I don't know now. But because I remember my desire to live this dream of telling stories through my craft and my life, so that anyone watching can also realize that whatever they also want to achieve in their lives, it's possible.
Definitely.
God,
Definitely.
please let this happen for me. And then there are days where you're praying, asking, and there are days where you speak the information.
Yeah.
Looking into the mirror and speaking to yourself, you're like, okay. Even though it's hard to believe, you're like, okay. Yes. many people have been saying, I don't know, you're not lasting, you're not totally live. No, like, I need to throw that out of mind.
That's what Samota was doing.
No,
Samota was looking in the mirror saying, I'm handsome. Wait, hang on.
One of the guy was like, yeah.
Wait. Well, guys. Samota is the winner. You're laughing at Samota. Exactly. He sat in the mirror saying to you, look at that. I'm handsome, I'm going to win millions. I'm handsome, I'm going to win millions. And that's what happened. That's what happened. So I think at the end of the day, this connects really to the point of what we were trying to say about Tyler and Nasty C.
Yeah,
So
bro.
Tyler has gone global right now. Nasty C is pretty successful.
He's also global successful.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, but compared to what, I mean, Tyler's been nominated for Grammy, compared to everything, I like the stuff
Okay.
she's achieving now, she's pumping it, like Drake just followed her 2 days ago, so Drake's going to do a collaboration. You know, Drake does not miss. He doesn't miss. He doesn't miss. She went on the Fifth Crown tour. She's done Travis Scott. So the thing is what you said is the right thing. It's timing. I think it's not a case of comparing Tyler and Nasty C. And I don't also think it's the genre because Nasty C can be rapping, J. Cole is rapping, J. Cole is not commercial, but J. Cole is commercial. You know what I mean? So it's timing, right? So everybody has a right time to go global, and it's not giving up before your time. So we are talking the truth. When there's this viral picture online, and I hope like the producers will bring it up. And the viral picture is like this guy is on the ground, like digging for gold, right? And he gives up just before, and then someone comes and just does that, and the gold comes. And I'm like, it's timing. You just never know what's around the corner. But the thing is, never ever give up. That's what I say.
That's true.
You can never. And once you have your, as you said, I always say it all the time. Once you have your whys, nothing should ever make you turn away. Like, that's the most important
I
thing.
think I actually agree with you on that one. So I would definitely say that when it comes to a case of versus Tyler versus Nasty C, I would definitely say that both of them are stars in their own right. And I would also say that Nasty's time to be as great as he can, he just hasn't come.
Nasty C. No. Hold on. No. That's the manager pay. That's the manager pay. Well, they have a huge, way huge actually at some point.
What I'm saying is, you just time.
I promise you. Of course.
You should your cousins. They're your cousins, right? And see they're your cousins. Because you're fighting.
Let's say one thing.
I'm not saying as big as Tyler.
Yeah.
Right? I'm saying as big as he can be. I'm not saying he hasn't reached heights. He hasn't reached his fullest potential. Because there's a lot of Nasty. I'm one of Nasty's biggest fans, probably, I would say. So that's why I'm saying that I'm not doubting him as honest or as an individual himself. All I'm saying is that there's still a lot of road that he's going to be covering. Roads that people never expected him to cover. So,
I think
always the best.
the conclusion of this topic is that regarding the question that I've taken in the beginning, success does come with connection. It does come with luck. It does come with God's timing. And all of it all together.
I think I agree with only one thing from that. I said God's timing. I think this thing about luck and connections, I think is something that's so dangerous to tell the young generation that's coming up, because they then feel like they can't be successful. And I just want to take back to what we were talking about beforehand. There are loads of kids today across the world who are making it so successful in their different disciplines, whether it be fashion, music, internet, TikTok, whatever, without no connections. And what they're proving is that, like the story I just told you, what they're proving is that if you rely on connections, the connections will actually take over. If you rely on just like, I'm going to change the industry, I'm just going to change the game, right? I want to do something different, right? If everybody's going that way, I'm going to go this way. But I really believe in it. And then you also have God's blessings in it. You're going to make it. I think most people in recent times that have made it, it might look like connections, but I don't really think it is, because connections don't really weigh that weight that it used to in the past, like it used to be.
That they can all be on the same level. I'm not saying that one should be higher than the other.
Yeah.
God's timing is God's timing.
Definitely.
But when you work hard through, right now we're sitting, God's grace, He's studying a movie, He knows I'm an actress, He knows that there was Lito, I heard about Lito. That you could find me, when you find me, that was God's timing. We're supposed to find you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything can correlate with each other.
Definitely.
I'm not saying that
Definitely. No, I see where you're coming from.
everything
I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. I see it completely.
I think there's a lot of truth. Everything is truth. There's also a lot of truth to what you said.
Yeah.
I've also seen how if I have access to 10 musicians, new musicians that I don't know, and I happen to be, okay, let's say it's who I am, and I happen to know someone who is in art solely. And maybe these people have, these 10 musicians or upcoming artists have big in their own spaces, right? But they haven't yet fully blown. And then it takes them to have a moment with me where I'm like, it's 10. Then it's that moment whereby now, because of who I know and what I'm loving, I am then like, yo, brother.
You've been sent by God.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm the one
Yeah.
who's now using that to say, okay, they've been struggling. I don't even know, but I just met them now. But they happen to have met me, and I know you, who was at Sony, and like, please.
Do something for these people, yeah.
And that's when now they
Boom better, no, true.
that
True.
is a combination, bro. It is needed because I've also seen cases whereby I've seen so many talented musicians, but
That's true. That's true. And there's cases where people have been so connected and nothing's happened for them. So, you know what I mean? So, you know, so it's always but you guys give a very good point. You better go say it's a mixture of that. I think guys that's been debated. You know, been debated. I think 100% has been debated. So we're gonna go to Let's So. Let's So, the Let's So. Go on. There you go.
I want to spike.
You went all the way down. Let's So.
My favorite.
Do you know you play the character with your name?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
I wanted to be.
It's God.
Yes, I read your play there. Can you see that's I read it. You know what I mean? That's deep. That's deep. Good.
TikTok's take over and impact on
Oh.
discussing the influence of TikTok on everyday life and how the platform has transformed trends and behaviors. Explore the implications of virtual life into the physical world.
Do you want to start?
Yes.
First and foremost, I was also a TikToker.
Oh.
A lot of people know me because I still am. Life is just happening.
What do you do?
I do everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
every hour.
every single thing.
Everything is like a lot of.
So I feel like TikTok has a good and bad connotation. It's like the internet. For me personally, it put me on a platform I didn't think I'd be able to reach. As much as I'm not as big, because it's not God's timing, highly believe so. It will come when it happens, but right now, people know me because of TikTok. People know what I do because of TikTok. People know my talent because of TikTok. It has its good parts, but there's also the bad part to TikTok that doesn't have an age restriction. The kids see things they don't need to see, which is what's causing the problem of another topic that I love, which I will discuss, I don't know when, which is also now affecting parents. Parents are not in control of social. No one is. So the moment TikTok comes into the picture, TikTok is a platform for people to, first of all, put themselves out there. Second of all, make money. Third of all, make connections. That's what TikTok is there for, like any other social media platform. But for me, it does have, I'd say it's a 70-30 or a 60-40. 40 is the bad part of it. It gets bad on TikTok. And for me personally, in my opinion, I don't think it has now become a good app. In my opinion.
I just want to ask, bad in which sense exactly?
There should be limits to everything. Like, for example, I'm going to give a very subtle example. It's probably not going to make sense. But when you enter an alcohol website, you need to put your ID number. You need to put your your birthday, man. You put your birthday there. And if it's under 21, they won't allow you into the website because you put. But also, people can lie about that. That's what I'm saying. Nothing is controlled on social media.
See, what I would say is, electricity. I'll come out.
There you go.
Yes.
Can be used to cook food and can be used to electrically electrify.
Come on, preach.
So TikTok is a vehicle. Is what would you do with it?
That's true.
So if you look at it as a bad thing, it's going to be a bad thing. If you think it's a good thing, yeah, say. Now, I'm not a big user of TikTok, but I will want to understand it because every part of social media, as soon as it came, we've been trying to understand. first social media was MSN Live. This is old school. And then there was
Yeah,
BB,
it's so
BlackBerry Messenger.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, that's what
I
I
mean,
It was MySpace.
yeah,
Yeah, we're enough.
yeah, we're coming
It was MySpace. And every step of the way, and then Facebook came, like around the 2008. So every step of the way, people will always be like wary. And it's true. If you use badly, it's created an ADHD world where, a lot of kids don't, their attention deficit disorder, they literally, it's like, they get easily bored because they just used to, it's good, it's good, it's good. So, and the kids are mimicking and learning from TikTok. And there is no, as you said, there's no stability. But like this is with television, this is with film, this is anything else. So, for example, when I was younger, I actually, I watched a film called Exorcist, and from that film, I said, on that night that we watched the film, like literally thieves came to the house. So that film, I said I would never watch that film. I would never watch the thriller again. And I would never, if I was doing film productions, I was writing films back in the day, I would never produce a film that has thriller in it. The reason being is that when you produce a film or you watch a film that has a lot of ghostly things, a lot of demonic things, what it does is that the person's mindset while writing the film had to tap into something true, crazy. So now you're now in that film. Now, how does that connect to TikTok? You have filters. You can filter what kind of content you want. You have kids, you can also filter what kind of content. And also you shouldn't even let your kids watch anything that's crazy. You should supervise them. And of course, they can do things without your consent when you're not looking. But it goes back to parenting as well.
Exactly.
And saying to them, like, we have stuff where with my son, I would say this is adult material, and it's times we watch TV together. I remember, I don't know about you guys, when I used to watch TV with my mom in the house, when people were kissing on TV.
Even now,
Even now, and you know what I'm saying? Even now, I know when it's coming. When it's coming, I'm just like, nah, nah. I'm like, Mom,
Let me go get a glass of water. Hey, is everybody good?
And that's exactly true, Jordan. Like I'm thinking about like myself, right? You're actually speaking about social media platforms. Like I remember, I think I was about 14, 15 years, I wasn't allowed to have Mix It on my phone. And that's when Mix It was the booming platform. I was not allowed to have it. My mother literally said that, no, you are not at an age where you understand what all of this is going about. Because if you think about it, most people that are at the age of like 14, 15 years old, they are about being asked to send nudes on these actual platforms.
that's crazy.
So it definitely does come back to parenting. Parents need to make sure that they monitor the actual kid. They can't just be lenient.
That's what's something.
Yeah, today.
It definitely.
So I was gonna say, especially in 2000, I think everybody knows. I think also for parents, a lot it's how many
It is.
they go into school on somebody else telling us this can I have your number? And especially when you go to the class, like you're saying what they say, check out
All right.
in the classes, and you'll find a lot of guys, old guys, especially driving around these places. And because most children would listen a lot to their parents when they're in the teenage age because they really want to get money from in, get money in. And look at her, would say, she's 16, she's in her teen, she's getting like $10,000, $5,000 a month. How am I listening to my parents when I go and can go outside and nothing is going to fit me? That's how they think about it.
That's absolutely. It's got a good and bad part to it. It's like any other social media platform. But for me personally, it's got more bad to it now. In this day and age, there's all good story that comes from a kid that's 16. Every kid that's 16 once a week. Why do you once a week at 16? And when we were 16, there was a break, but no one wants a week because everybody didn't plan at the time. And then on the top, the position to state that I'm top. Also, I am going to step into and to say, soft parenting doesn't.
However, it's not the same for every case. I mean, the fact that there's no, good from like a 16-year-old. I mean, there are some 16-year-olds that are killing it.
That's true.
There are some.
That's true.
I mean, let's look at, for example, I mean, I'll take even somebody who grew up within the industry. At 16, Chris Brown. At 16, like when he gave me that, like I mean, those are
How
he
did it
was
go again?
16. Yeah, guys, about some secret. No, but you see what I mean? Like, there are some young stars that know how to utilize the tools. It's like what Jordan was saying that, it is a tool after all. The same with electricity. The consumption of something, it's how much you consume and how you consume it. I mean, guys, water is good for you. But drink 10 liters. Drink 20 right now. What?
Yes.
Water.
And actually, like you really have a fact there that you bring up. I actually like to add on to my statement that I made where I said that we need to, as parents, we need to like actually monitor our kids. Now, as much as that is my statement, I also want to say on the other side that at some point, the older generation that is leading the youth astray needs to take responsibility and accountability for what they do. Because a lot of these young girls wouldn't even be involved in the things that they were if they didn't have the older men providing them with.
Let's not involve the women. Even women, like the women in general. There's this conversation that is going on in the world that women, don't get me wrong, there are women who work extremely hard for what they do. There are women who are making money for themselves. But now, what I still say is that, guys, nothing on social media is real. Like some of 20% of it is real. Someone can come to you and say, "Listen, I'm a CEO of this company." Why? Because you know that suffering, what the opportunity. So when you get there, it's the complete opposite. Because why? They say social media, this or something, another something, another. So you led astray. Don't believe, guys. I'm speaking to videos right now. Don't believe everything that you see on social media. Majority of the stuff that you see on social media are not real. There are apps making things look real. There's so many things that are going on that are ruining kids. And I just say that the parents that brought me up, or my parents that brought me up, have done an extremely good job. There are parents that have worked so hard for the child that even though they work hard, there is a possibility that the child will become a complete opposite of what you should. Sometimes it's out of their control. Sometimes it is out of their control.
It is about the influence
That's true.
of the social media.
And I
that
always
actually
keep on
influence the direction.
even though you cut out social media from a child, there's school.
Don't forget about environment.
That's what I'm saying. There's school. School has so many. There's so many things that go on in the world that parents know nothing about. You just say they think, oh, my child. Your child's not in the situation. You know nothing about your child that doesn't really lie. Yeah, they just show you the.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, so what happens? There is okay. There's a lot of truth. Everything you guys said actually is.
We're gonna move to. Have you done one, Lauren? You done one, yeah? All right. We're gonna go to. Can we with the first one?
It's back to me.
It's back to you. It is. Okay. Huh?
Oh,
I was just testing. I was just wanted to make sure. I was wanting to make sure everybody's awake. You know what I mean? I want to make sure everybody's awake, right? Okay, so what's my one now? Let me look at it. Oh, not me on this one. Oh, no. The one I was avoiding. All right. Racial slurs today. Acceptable or not? Discussing the use of racist terms like kafa. What's kafa?
Yo.
Wait. And the N word in contemporary society. Are these terms acceptable or should they be condemned? Kafa in French means, I think it means cockroach. Kafa. Yeah.
It's a term that white people back then during the apartheid times they used to call black people by, and they used to belittle black people.
So it's like the N word.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to put it that it's not acceptable. I tell you what. Let me tell you something. All right. You know, I started in the music industry, right, doing the Urban Music Awards, right, and a lot of rap artists that started out 20 years ago, friends of mine, they would do songs with the N word in it. I would sit down, like Snoop, like loads of people would sit down, and I'll be explaining to them. I'll say, they're like, oh, you know what? It's nothing. It's dropping like it's all this. It's nothing. It's nothing. You know why? Because we've taken the word. We've put the power back into the word. We've changed it. And I used to explain to them, I said, well, you don't understand this, where I've gone to places where it's in the middle of Saint Tropez. I'm in the club, and everybody in the club is like say everybody in the club is white, and there's a DJ playing every single song with the N word in it, and you're the only black person in that club, and then you're literally everyone is looking at you and saying, "Is it all right for me to?" And I'm just sitting there going, "No." And you feel uncomfortable like anything, and that's where you know that look, the power of words. I don't care what you say. English language or language in general is spells. You're casting spells. That's why it's called spelling. So the power of words is that if I say saying thief is cool, right? Because we call thief something else. Because thief to us means a doctor. I say, Douglas, you're a thief, man. And they were like, yeah, thanks a lot, Jordan. Because thief between us means doctor. That's not what the power of that word is. Because whatever you say, you become. And the law of attraction doesn't care whether you think thief means a cool word. It is. It is thief. A thief is thief, and you become a thief.
Actually, just a few days ago, actually, there was actually quite something trending on Twitter about a white boy that called Sonwabili. Oh, yeah, it was by Kappa. One lady actually on Twitter tweeted that in this day and age, are we still going to allow the word kafir to take so much power over us, even in this day and age?
I don't think the word takes power over anybody. I think people do not understand what spells are. For you to say to me a 2 minute advert saying drink this drink, drink this drink, drink the drink doesn't make any sense. Or if you listen to a song 20 times and one day, 3 months after the song is playing in your head and you're like, how is this song playing in my head? The reason it's playing in your head is word matters. Anything that is repeated consistently, you become what people repeat and say you are. And if something was something has you just said appetite. I didn't know what it was, but you said there was a lot of things that happened, like the N word. For African Americans, for example, if you go to any part of Africa, the N word, we don't even care. We don't like what are you talking about N word? In Africa and the UK and in the Caribbean, the N word was used to demean people, to beat people into murder, to even murder ancestors using the N word. And then you now take it in a song and you're like, it's freedom of speech. I'm taking the power. You know something? It's the word doesn't scare me. Like the word doesn't do nothing to me, right? But because I know myself, to someone that doesn't know themselves, that word is something that's going to do something to them. But it took a long time for me to become that kind of person where you can say to me, "Hey, Jordan, you're a thief." In my head, I'm like, "Do you know how many times I've told myself I'm not a thief? I told myself 10 million times." So you saying that, I would say, "That's amazing." But I can't compare my experience to a lot of other people because if you just are just getting out of your house, you just came to a club to have a great time, and someone turns around and says the N word to you and calls you N word, and you turn around and box them and you end up in jail. You say, but it's a word having control over you, but the word carries weight. It's a spell, right? So that's my take on it. That's what I think.
Yeah. This thing is very tricky.
Yeah.
It's,
Because
it's
there's a lot of truth to what you're saying, and I believe in that. I believe how this we create our world with our words.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why it's important how we speak or we say, and at the same time, it's interesting how there's certain words that we have sort of like started giving our own meaning or changing meaning. So it's quite tricky. I think the most important thing is obviously we need to put in the effort to know where this word comes from and why. That makes straight history. There's a lot to learn. Exactly.
that's just it.
And yeah, exactly. And maybe that's why a lot of nowadays generation, maybe that's why a lot of things are very fiscal and all over the place. And there's a lot of issues.
Exactly.
And these things because there's a lot of no effort is put in to know where we come from or who we are or where things come from or why.
I love that.
Because like what you're saying, it's so deep because you yourself, the words we use that you use now, another way that there are spells that are bad from back in the days. Like we don't even know why days of the week.
Yeah. or the weekend. End.
Because even with the little research I've done, I realized that back in the days, it wasn't even called what we call it now.
Yes.
And remember, when you start putting in research, you realize that a lot of things have been put in place for a certain agenda.
So, for example, not to cut you short, someone's saying good morning to you. Who are you mourning?
So that's the thing.
What if I'm not having?
No, not even that.
But even
Who are you mourning? You see what I'm saying? And then we use those words, and then we say no, it's we're meaning good morning. But how many people are having a good morning?
So that's the thing. It's spot on. That's what I was saying.
Oh,
That there's a lot of words that beyond the end,
oh,
you know, our daily use.
oh.
There's a lot of things we need to just
100%. 100%.
There's a lot of things we say and we don't realize that they affect our mood, our
100%. 100%. 100%. 100%.
That says that my people perish because of
lack of knowledge.
Yes.
So that's-
Yes.
So
Yes.
for example, you just gave a beautiful, and that was a nice scene
Oh.
where he's speaking about the morning part.
Oh.
But because you didn't yet know, but now you will, now you know. You're like,
Yeah.
but what if you know?
Not having a good
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now we need to work together, guys.
Yeah.
And teach each other or
Yes.
work on finding out our history.
Yes.
But I then discovered
Yes.
that the morning, they obviously manipulated it to not look like MOUR in an ING.
Yeah.
But it actually is, even though it's written MOR and I, it stems from morning, from pain,
Yes.
death,
Yes.
because of sleep.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Now they're trying to say you must.
That's what it. Yes. That's it. That's it.
I only discovered this
Oh.
like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and I started changing my lingo.
Yeah.
And by now, the
Yeah.
like now, I don't even use. If you just
Yeah.
if you just type morning
Yeah.
like chats for the past 3 years,
Yeah.
you won't find it me saying
Yeah.
it. Because I mostly say Happy Monday.
Yeah.
Happy New Day or Happy
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Now that I know, I'm able to make better choices.
And now that you said
That's such a strong point. Yeah.
it makes me realize that we've become so close-minded as a generation, that we're not willing to dig deeper to understand why exactly.
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
are we-
Yeah. 100%.
Like the fact that social media has taken over. Social media is teaching us completely different things. The moment you hear that there's a bombing in South Africa, everybody's going to be,
Yes.
just have load shedding. That's all we have. We just have load shedding. But because the spread of news news spread faster than retreat, I will always.
No, but what Nay said, and there's something you said. He said pay respect to history, and I really believe that if our ancestors were to be here today, and you explain to them why you've appropriated the N word or this word that we're talking about, a capital, they will turn around and say, "What are you talking about? Do you know what it meant to me?" And then go. So we have to really, and they suffered for us to smile today. People went through slavery, apartheid. People went through so for us to smile to me. No, honestly, you understand what I'm saying to you? So we can never just sit down and just detach ourselves and just say this. So it's good that we kind of ventured this about talking about understanding words, and we talked about the good morning. Words like hello. Hello means hell, right? Hell, hello. And then you look at a word like, for example, battery, right? That you charge your battery, but I can charge you with battery, right? So it's true that we do need to do our research on all these words and each one teach one, because we have to understand that it wasn't just colonization, it wasn't just slavery, it wasn't just after that. There was also slavery in the mind with words, that they still left you a legacy of words that trick you into believing it. And 10% of the society knows what words to use and what words not to use. And what they teach us, for example, there's a dictionary, which is the English dictionary, and there's a Black's Law Dictionary. When you go to court, they use the Black Law Dictionary. And the Black's Dictionary, you need to read those dictionary because every word that's on there is different from the English dictionary. And then the Bible will be translated so many times, and you got the King James Version, which was translated when you had there was a Council of Nicaea meeting where the pagans, right, because paganic was so strong, met with the Christians because at that time Jesus had done such a good job. that everybody was like, if you, that's why the Protestants are still going. If you do not follow Christianity, like, what are you doing? So the pagans in in the Roman Empire were like, you know what, you need to do something. We'll mix our paganic things into this religion. So there's things in the Bible that mean something and mean something else. So you got to decipher with the spirit. So teach one each one, and the spirit is so easy because you are right. We cast spells to ourselves every single day. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
First of all, you said hello, right? Hello.
Oh,
Have you learned it's a pronunciation for hate?
yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hate.
That's HAM. The hell.
Hello, halo. Okay, yeah. But I'm about to speak about something that corresponds with what you just spoke about. It's not necessarily in the same direction, but this is just a personal experience. I don't eat food that has been slaughtered. I don't eat all this food that people eat, right? Because I was informed by my mom that back in the day, white people used to take the good parts of the food, of the meat, and then they left the bad parts to the black people that didn't have anything to eat. And black people enjoyed that food. And they still eat it till this day. The food is not nice, guys. People just like the food because it's something that they survived on for a prolonged time.
But the funny thing is, it's worked the other way around though, because most of that food is now eating in bougie restaurants with everybody, but they don't know where it came from. Yeah, it's become modernized. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But oh, we debated. I think did we, I think we debated. I think we debated. I think, I think we're on to our last topic. Okay. Name maps. Do you want to pick it? Yeah, you know that. Carefully. Look at this. There's so many choices there. Pick carefully. Pick carefully.
Discern.
It looks so
Sir, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There you go. Which one is this then?
Bad future. Okay, sis, I'm gonna be Ella's last man.
Whoa.
Fad or future? Debating the trajectory of Amapiano as a music genre. Is its recent success a passing trend, or does it have the potential for long-lasting impact in the music industry?
A long-lasting impact. Firstly, I'd love to say that. I believe in this film. First of all,
How firm?
because of the fact that, guys, if you look at South Africa and the history of our South African music artists, I'm talking about musicians strictly, right? We're looking at people like your brother, we're looking at people like Brenda Fassie, like they made they made a legacy of being original and that uniqueness that South African artists have, right? And for that same reason, that's why Amapiano went viral the way that it did. It has the South African spirit embodied into the music itself.
Don't get me wrong. I love Amapiano, right? When I first heard Amapiano, I was like, all right then. Yeah, this is no. Oh, that's a good thing. So let me tell you what I heard, yeah. I was in a London club, as you do, right? So one minute we're dancing to, them R&B songs, like, let me take it. I'm like, yeah, that. The next minute, DJ decides to go red. And all I heard was, so we're all sat, we're all in the club, and I'm there with my mates. We're all in the club saying, "Yeah, big man, what is going on here? What's going on here?" I feel like there were some South Africans in the club, so they went and they requested this song by the DJ. So obviously they knew all the dances to the song. All I saw was them punching the air. They're like, boom, boom, boom. Everybody in the club followed them because you know that kind of thing. They play a song, yeah, and you have 5 people. They know the dance to the song, and you don't want to look like a stupid person, so you just end up being like, "We need to punch it." I said, "Yeah, let's just punch." You know what I mean? So I started liking it. I started coming out with my own moves. I said, "Drive a car" is my one of that number. It's like, change the gear. So I know the whole moves. I said, if you could push the sky, you could drive the car. But my problem with our piano is this. I know I'm a pianist has done so well. I'm very proud of our piano doing very well. My problem is DJs, when they keep playing it for 3 hours, right? There has to be a mixture. Like, I love my piano now, but you've got to mix and like literally, right? If even hip hop, if I hear hip hop for 3 hours, it's too much. Like just mix it. Like you want variety. You know what I mean? So some DJs they just 3 hours straight, 4 hours in the morning. The morning time was meant to be R&B time. 5 a.m. in the morning. You're getting the there's still piano going on. So
I want to ask, where are you listening to this? Where is this happening?
no, this was in London. Well, but the piano. We went to Cape Town. We went to Cape Town.
When they're playing it for that duration.
Wait, no, it was Cape Town.
You know what the issue is, basically. And I agree in a sense with what Jordan is saying. Because of, think about an Amapiano lineup at a gig. And you find that an Amapiano DJ comes in. Another Amapiano DJ comes in. After him, it's another Amapiano DJ. Even the music itself, is it not repeated?
No.
You hear it earlier, and then that same song is playing again now. And then by the end of the night, you repeating the same song that was playing then, and then and also the diversity within the Amapiano. Like not to stop you, but like the diversity. Can you distinguish also between one Amapiano artist and the others?
Yes.
Like
I played Calvin Momo for you.
No, but let me
paid Maporisa for you. There's two different people.
Let me tell you. It reminds me of the mumble rap era in America, right? We had some good hip hop in America, and no disrespect to the mumble rap era, but the mumble rap era was crap. Right? And is crap because look, at the end of the day, if you like that kind of style, that's great, right? But I'm not saying Amapiano is in the mumble rap. Let's just be clear, right? I'm just saying, right? What happened was in the mumble rap era, people didn't make sense of what was going. Like people were going so I feel like Amapiano has the potential of becoming internationally successful. But what artists need to do is to diversify. Look at that song by Davido, right? Who's not South African, but he came here, loved the style, collaborated with a South African artist, came up with the song Unavailable, right? That is an anthem internationally because
it's got a lot. It's got.
So you say that's not Amapiano?
Can I just say, now, as much as you say Amapiano, like you're saying, I'm unavailable. There are Amapiano songs that when you listen to, you can actually relate to.
All right.
Literally. There's actually such, there's so many of them. And coming back to what Byron said, Guti, like, he doesn't think it'll go out of fashion because of Abu Braha Sikela and stuff like that. None of all the music those people have made have been this big. Ever.
All right.
Not this big. Amapiano is really so big. It's traveled all around the world where you have Chris Brown and them trying to mix their music with Amapiano right now.
You're right.
I've just got a question with that. Is it that Amapiano is the one that is carrying the baton? Or is it that it's just released within an era?
I feel like Amapiano is South Africa's hip hop, and I feel like I feel like South Africa should be proud that you've got a genre that's gone international.
Absolutely.
And if it's nurtured right, and if you have characters and people really claim the scene and nurture it right, this could be like hip hop in the next 40 years. You'll be talking about it. But again, it's got to be nurtured right. Because what happened? Jerusalem, was that Amapiano?
No.
It's not Amapiano. Fair enough.
No.
But I
It's
mean,
not so big Amapiano. It's also Afrotech.
because the thing is, they are also.
And what's Bacardi? Because I was going to a place, I asked for Bacardi, please. I was asking for a drink. I was asking for a drink. I went to the bar, asked for Bacardi. They were asking what was it done. I didn't understand. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Take the lead,
Let me take a sip for him.
I take the lead,
So, definitely. So when it comes to Amapiano, I know people have different theories and what they think, even in the country. But 90% of the sound is a Pretoria sound. And so if you listen to, it's got that deep, it's house music and that deep house music, which if you listen to a lot of Pretoria stuff, which is like that house, deep house, you get what I'm saying? That's where it's at. And then what they've done, they've just added
The vocals.
No. Vocals have been there. A log drum.
The log drum.
That's actually yes.
Yes. But also that log drum is not only an African sound, it's a South African sound.
And another thing, not just the dance moves.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, no, of course. So now,
That's why handstand is very successful.
so now it's like you. It's so beautiful that this genre is also exposing the dance music. Yeah, the dancing, as you were saying.
Yeah.
And I'm tying with what Warren was saying, is that because now we've stuck, or rather realized how dope we are.
Yes.
Maybe we've been sleeping on ourselves for so long. Just like so many things we don't realize about ourselves as people.
Yeah.
For so many years and generations and decades and centuries, we've been fed an idea of who we are. But because why we didn't do our research and history to realize how actually dope we are.
Yes.
It's sad that the light of slavery seems like to be clouding and deceiving us of how great we actually are, because we're actually kings and queens.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? But now,
That is powerful.
but media has been trying to paint that so that we don't realize. Because here's the thing, it's in knowing who you are that you start living your true potential.
100%. 100%.
So the reason why there's a lot of issues is in life is because we haven't taken the time to get to know who we are as people. So now I'm tying it with this. The more you get to know who you are, Amapiano gets stems, goes higher. So now the reason why I said 90% of it and the origination, it's a South African thing. But because now the more we get to know who we are, then we elevate.
You know what I don't like?
So now the more you do that, and that's why it'll be a future thing and a forever thing. Because in knowing who you are, you have sustainability.
100%.
Because
I completely
nothing,
agree.
you're no longer being deceived now.
Yes.
And that's why it will continue.
I completely agree. And you know what? Just talking from an outside perspective, when people used to talk about South Africa back in the day, they would say, and then South Africa hosted the World Cup.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And you guys don't know, but in the West, there was all news of, they're going to flop. They were laughing and mocking. They were mocking and laughing. And then you guys killed it. Like literally, there was there was not one thing. Everything just looked on point. And you know the newspapers, you know what they wrote in the media? They're like, it's the Vuvuzelas. Vuvuzelas.
You see.
And I'm like, so wait, you can't complain about the organization, the event, how successful it was. So no, it was too much noise.
Yeah, I remember that.
Too much. The BBC, too much noise, too much noise.
But you see,
that's true.
Exactly. Yeah. And the reason why you were fed, or you thought all these years that, just like the rest of the world, or majority of people thinking that it's going to flop.
Not me. I knew it was going to be good, by the way.
No.
Me,
But listen. But look, we're not even judging you.
Yeah. No. Let's just make it clear.
Because I can see the comments.
Don't worry.
I saw the Nancy conversation.
Yeah, no.
I was
Yeah.
but I knew it was
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's not even a targeted thing. But my point is, unfortunately, for so many years, the people that have been behind the media and what they feed in the world, they have been painting Africa for so many years like it's the pits.
Horrible thing.
Oh, it's bad. And yeah, exactly.
It's actually a lion in the back.
Exactly.
We had to name him Damien because he likes to eat people.
You get what I'm saying? And then only to realize the more, because you didn't get to know or find out or research about that place, the truth about
Respected.
Female.
Yeah, there you go. No, you're only female in the village.
the estrogen.
And it's
Yes.
to raise a child.
Come on.
Period.
All right.
Oh. The essence of Christmas. Is it real or materialistic?
Questioning the true meaning of Christmas. Is it a genuine celebration? Or has it become overly materialistic? Explore the culture and commercial aspects of this holiday.
And the men are quiet, ladies and gentlemen.
First things I would like to know, right, guys? I'd like to know from everyone, like, what does Christmas mean to you firstly? Because to me, like these days, what Christmas means is you're getting presents, we all getting Christmas clothes, you know, it's materialistic. That's the way I see it.
I don't celebrate Christmas.
Hey.
And the reason I don't celebrate Christmas is simple. Firstly, I don't believe in Santa Claus.
I also don't.
I don't believe in Father Christmas. I don't believe that Jesus' birthday was on the 25th. And I also don't believe that we should be celebrating our birthdays, because birthday is a ritual. When 3 or 4 people gather around a table and you have a candle and you have loads of candles and you say happy birthday to you 3, 4 times, you're conducting a ritual and you say make a wish, you're not making a wish to God. Who are you making a wish to? So when you bring that into to Christmas, we are buying presents for each other, but whose birthday is it?
Hold up.
Go.
Hold up, right?
What?
Let's not. I agree with you. I also don't believe in Father Christmas. I believe that has been an image that has been set up for kids. Kids believe in Father Christmas. When you grow up, guys, I'm so
You
sorry
probably believed in it when you were a kid, right?
No, not even. There was,
They're too fairy.
No, can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, because you're 16. Go on, Jenna. Okay, no. Oh, okay.
I'm drinking alcohol as a 16-year-old. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm underage.
No, don't. You're not.
Exactly.
Like, just make it clear. Jesus Christ.
Underage.
Jesus Christ.
So, I personally don't believe in Father Christmas, mainly because there is no man that's going to wear a white beard and a red suit with the big thing and say, tell me your wish will come true. Shut it.
That sounds completely different.
That
sounds
please, like I'm begging you.
something else.
It's like when parents said that when you put your tooth underneath your
Tooth fairy.
Tooth fairy. None of that exists.
Yes.
But personally, for me, I don't feel like Christmas is materialistic. Personally, because of the fact that when you come from a family that loves each other, that constantly wants to be together during a special day, which is what I believe Christmas is, because I've never spent Christmas with friends. I don't feel like I should spend Christmas with friends. I usually spend Christmas with my family. And usually there are no gifts, actually. No one gives each other gifts during Christmas. It's just like a normal celebration of God's birthday where we cook and we sit and we get drunk and we enjoy the day. It's like a typical celebration. It's not necessarily that I bought your iPhone 15, where's my PS5? No, it doesn't relate to that. So for me, it's not materialistic. Right. I genuinely feel like it's a holiday. Maybe some people take it as a leaf. You know, some people take it as a leaf. But for me, right? I take it as a very serious day because we come together as a family and we enjoy the day, even though the day doesn't go accordingly. We enjoy the day.
Nothing about idea about the Christmas.
You see, that's the problem. That is materialistic.
Exactly. Having brought this up, I just want to make everyone aware that my friends have never bought me any Christmas presents.
Oh.
You guys need to do better.
You guys need to do better.
You need to do a lot better. So yeah, no. That's all.
Christmas is for family. If you have,
that was it. That was just a special announcement. To your friends, specifically to your friends.
Exactly.
No. I look at things as in, you know, look, it's become materialistic.
It has.
I don't celebrate Christmas, but I can see everybody else like going online. What are you gonna buy for this? What are you gonna buy for this? And again, it's not your birthday. Right, so and it's proposed to be Jesus Christ's birthday. It's not even his birthday because when he was here, that's not how he was celebrating his birthday. So I just think, you know, the world has turned it's like we were talking about. We've explored that in the show. It's a lot of things that are turned upside down, and some of the rituals that we're doing, and I call it rituals, are paganic rituals, and we just need to research it a little bit more to understand why we're doing the paganic rituals. For example, Valentine's Day. For example, I know we're going that way, but it's just those days, like Valentine's Day. Everyone will be like, it's the day of love, and you have to buy things. I'm like,
the right way.
but who's Valentine and all that? So Christmas, I'm still on the fence. I don't celebrate it. I don't do. I say if you want to meet with the family, you should try making a little bit of an effort to meet with your family more
But what
than
makes
Christmas.
Christmas a ritual?
Christmas for me is a ritual because what we do during Christmas is that we go and buy gifts, meet together and exchange gifts. During your birthday, what you do, which is a ritual to me, not you, but in general, people's birthday, they have a birthday cake, they have candles, and they blow the candle and make a wish. Have you ever found out who you're making a wish to? And if that's not a ritual, tell me what is. If you say make a wish and you close your eyes, do you pray? Do you make a wish to God? Let's be honest.
When you make a ritual, you sacrifice something.
I'd like to say something.
Okay.
Yeah, no. For me, I have a different view on that. When it comes to birthdays, I was more interested in that. I see the whole Christmas thing, but let me just touch on that. The birthday thing for me is. For me, it's a symbolic thing for me personally, and we don't need to have a cake, but we can do it in any type of way that we want. For me, celebrating a birthday is celebrating the fact that of all the more than 14 million sperms that made into the egg, you were the one that made it through.
You're the fastest swimmer.
You ran.
You were the fastest swimmer.
You ran. Like you actually ran.
And you made it. You made it through. And also, already, the process of being born is there's so much that goes on that anything could happen. Before even the semen comes out, there's even a chance of it not even coming out. Before it even meets the egg, there's even a chance of those semens or the sperm not even reaching, the sperm not even reaching the egg. When the conception takes place, there's even a possibility of a miscarriage. There's so many challenges, there's so many hardships. It's like life. For example, we are so blessed to be here right now. Anything could happen, and God forbid.
Good things.
We saw. It's all about good things. Thank you. But when I say bad things could happen, but our mindsets were not there. An example, how the missile strike that fell on is it Saddam Hussein and all of them?
Yeah.
When the US did that on him.
Yeah.
And the whole world got to see that happening. And you saw how they sent an airstrike to destroy lives. It was so bad. You saw limbs and bodies of people flying all over the place. They never knew that was going to happen in that moment. Anyway, yesterday, there are people that, a friend of mine was telling me that they were on an airline working as a host, and there were about 2 passengers that, overseas, that one had an epileptic attack, another one had a cardiac arrest. They tried performing CPR, person died.
Oh my word.
And that person was going to see their family. So the thing is, anything can happen. My thing is, there's so much hardships that take place in life. And the reason why I spoke about the process of birth, there's a high chance of you not being even born. But the fact that you're born and you made it, there are people that are born and they live for 5 days and they die. Other people that are born for a week, they die, others months. My sister that comes after me is a premature baby. They said that she'd never live to 9 months.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And to tie it with other conversations we had earlier, the power of the word, speaking words. My dad was like, I can see the doctors are saying, my daughter's not gonna live to 9 months. I can see that she was a premature, she's 6 months. There's so much negativity. We can see, okay, biologically, there's things that seem to be missing. They're not yet fully developed. There's a 99% chance she won't make it, but I speak life.
Yes. Jesus' name.
She will live to see the sun rise and set. She will live more than they say. She will live to see us grow. She'll live to get married, to give birth. And right now, she passed 9 months. The doctor said, we're not sure if she'll make three years. She passed that. And Dad kept speaking life.
Sure.
Today she's over 30.
You know something? You know something? I completely agree with the fact that you have to celebrate those milestones, right?
Yeah, it's not even a have. It's not a have. Because we also understand that others don't. You don't have to.
I wanna ask you a question. If you were 400 years old, will you be celebrating your birthday every day?
Yes, not
Wait. What I'm trying to get to is that we've been hoodwinked. You're meant to be 400 years old. You know what happened? We invented recognizing age.
Now that's another topic.
So when you recognize your age,
you
become what you say you are. In the years of Nebuchadnezzar and people like Abraham, and they were living years and years and years. They didn't have the mirror. When you look at a mirror, what do you say to yourself? Shit, I'm getting old. Those people used to have beards coming here white as grey.
Yes.
Nobody said to them, you're getting old.
Facts.
So what I'm saying is not that you don't celebrate your birthday. I'm saying, and not that you don't celebrate the fact that you are here on the world. Is that you understand that age, in the terms of the spells, when we talked about words casting spells.
But you see, that's another topic. And that's another topic.
You understand? But the thing is, I feel like it's interlinked, because it's like celebrating a milestone is like actually counting. And I don't know. I feel like it's counting. I feel like celebrating that I'm on the earth is different.
I hear that.
But you see,
I hear that.
what Jordan is
you understand what I'm saying to you?
You see,
I hear
you know what Jordan is saying is that
so
counting is actually a countdown.
It's a pyramid.
That's what I think. I've always thought that. I've always thought that.
It's like,
So now,
if someone, have you ever told someone your age? Have you ever told someone your age and they go, you're lying? Have you ever told someone your age and say you're lying? No, you look younger. You're lying. So and then you say, and then I did it even today, and then the person tells you. Then you start saying to me, no, I am old. I'm like, I just told you look younger.
Let me tell you. You see now, the reason why I say it's a different topic.
Yeah.
If you remember the example I gave, and my view, for me, I'm all about the celebration of the fact that we are here.
Yes.
And we're alive.
We are alive.
Yes.
And if it happens that we remember that, oh shit, damn, you were born on this day. We're celebrating. You made it.
Name maps.
Now, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of the number. I'm not a fan, and that's why I say it's a different topic, because now I fully agree that when you the counting, the age thing is also psychological, and that's
spiritual.
And spiritual, because it starts affecting your look. And even internally, because now in your mind you find that you're young and hot. But when you say, hey Warren, you're 50.
You start behaving and you go 50.
Now you're like, I must remember. Oh yeah, I'm 50.
That's why you go
my
for
family.
your
No, I'm like. You get what I'm saying? And that for me, I'm not a fan of that.
I got to say something to you, and this is something that I don't want to be aggressive. I don't want to be rude to you. But when you said celebration, I only thought one thing. I thought name maps. You won Best Actor at the National
No, thank you.
We managed to get the National Film and TV Awards to get us your actual award.
Oh man. Oh wow, man!
Congratulations.
Wow.
This is your award.
Guys,
This is your award.
you guys don't tell me what's going on. My man, thank you so much, bro. Wow, thank you so much, bro. Thank you, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, my
And
brother.
obviously,
Wow,
this is
man.
voted for by the viewers out there. Can you tell us what you feel, what you believe?
Wow. I didn't expect this.
That was the point, yeah.
No, for real. Wow. Yo. Okay. Yeah, he got to me by surprise. No. Thank you so much, man. Yeah. I really appreciate this. Personally, I'm very grateful to be able to do what I do. And to be able to get the recognition is very heartwarming. Just like in life, we live and we do things for ourselves, for people, with people, and getting appreciation goes a long way. And I truly appreciate it. And it's crazy because I wasn't working towards it, you know? And I realized that certain things that if you try too hard to work towards something, then it won't necessarily happen the way it should. But when you focus on the truth and the art and the depth of what you want to do, I guess then things like these happen. I heard about the National Film and TV Awards, and I had heard of the nomination. I was like, oh wow, okay. That's so humbling, and I really appreciate it, you know? And then I heard the event took place. I've been traveling and working so many things. I wasn't even able to come and attend the award.
You deserve it.
Thank you so much,
guys,
man. Wow.
Final last word, debated. Final last word.
My last word is the power of words.
Power of words. Actually. Final last word.
Trusting God's timing.
Trusting God's timing. Final last word.
Stay true to yourself.
Stay true to yourself. Final last words.
Believe in yourself.
Final last word.
I need more presents.
And my final last words is stressed. And if you turn stressed around, you get desserts. Thank you guys for watching the Debated Show right here on Bubix TV. Thank you for name maps.
Guys, thank you for having me. Thank you, guys. Thank you.